Hey, thanks so much for checking out my blog. I sincerely appreciate it. And again, this is Monica Jumper, so thank you. And I just finished my workout, Body Beast, bulk legs, and my legs are shaking. So yeah, I'm sitting down for a minute, but I wanted to talk real talk with you guys. And I've been contemplating about doing this video about sharing where I'm at in my journey, and then of course where to share the information. So I typically post on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, I tweet, name a social media, I'm usually dabbling around in it somewhere, Snapchatting. But I thought, you know what, this is kind of a little bit more permanent. I don't want it to just fade away, if you will. And most of the other social media stuff just kind of disappears after time. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to add this to my blog. So thank you so much for tuning in. Probably going to put it on my YouTube channel as well. So the struggle, I've been, well, pretty much my whole life struggled with my weight. When I was younger, I was extremely overweight for a child, if you will. I didn't really exercise much, even though we lived out in the country. Just kind of ran around, did the normal stuff, kickball, baseball in the backyard kind of thing. Would ride our bikes from time to time, but come home from school and sit down and eat cookies or cakes or junk or whatever it was, and then eat dinner. Just not really being as healthy as I probably could have been, and times were different back then, so I don't blame anybody. It was just the way it was. My parents divorced, moved into a new town, and we were in town instead of out in the country. So the change with that was that I was able to walk just about anywhere I wanted to, and I even joined a softball league, and I was walking to the game, playing the full game, and then walking home because at the time I didn't drive. The summers were spent walking to the pool because, again, I didn't drive, and there were plenty of kids in the development that we hung out with and did a lot of cool, fun stuff with. So always active, always busy, less time to snack, lunch, eat, whatever. And I lost a crap ton of weight, which was, you know, a big, sorry, I'm still sweating, big motivation and a little bit of an ego boost, like not conceited ego, but feeling better about myself in general. So I didn't feel like I had to hide my weight anymore. Yeah, I was made fun of in middle school, and maybe people who did the making fun of me don't remember, but I do. That's something that you kind of carry with you, and it was mean and it was hurtful, but I know that that's a kid thing, I guess. I mean, bullying's probably gotten a lot more out of control these days than they were when, you know, back then. But painful is painful and mean, and sometimes people can't really help their situation depending on what it is. And, you know, I think then I didn't really recognize, except that to compare myself to other people, of course, that I was so much different. And I didn't really, at the time, I guess, you know, TV wasn't such a big thing where they didn't over glamorize skinny people. So I don't know if I really thought of myself as fat. And so here's the funny thing is they nicknamed me Beach Ball because I was short and I was round. And now here I am representing beach body. So, touche, right? Funny. But long story short, kept my weight off for quite some time and then slowly started gaining it back a little bit and didn't really recognize that I had a problem until I was probably about 25 pounds overweight. And so what's everybody do at one point in time or another? Maybe ladies, you can corroborate, but Weight Watchers creeped into my schedule and I did that and I lost 20 pounds and I thought, I got this, I don't need that, I can do this all on my own. I'm a big girl now, right? Because I've lost so much weight. Anyway, I stopped going and I was able to maintain that loss for probably 2 years. And then I gained it back and then some, and two kids. During those pregnancies, I really didn't gain any weight. I came home in my pre-pregnancy clothes from the hospital, which was quite cool. So being pregnant, my metabolism was like rocking, but you can't stay pregnant forever, right? So anyway, traveling, crazy work life, kids, soccer games, on the road, not eating healthy, fast food, convenience food, you pick it, and feeding growing healthy boys, we were eating at buffets so they could get their feed bag on after soccer. But I found myself at like 180 pounds, and I'm a whopping 5'3", so that's a lot of weight to carry. So I joined Weight Watchers again, and I lost 50 pounds. And I ended up working there. I thought it was, for me, I thought it was just helping people, paying it forward, and realized I was actually going to make some paycheck or whatever. But I'm not here to tout their horn and say about how great it was. But the part that was great, that kind of led me to this, was paying it forward, to tell people that they're worth it and they could do this, and to stick to it, and to share stories, and just all out help people. That's what I wanted to do. I didn't necessarily have to get paid to do it. I just wanted to be a part of it. And during that journey, my husband and I started Insanity. As I lost all that weight, but at the end of the day, I was kind of saggy, stuff was drooping, and I didn't have any like muscle tone. My arms were all like, not so much. My stomach was still flabby, my thighs, jelly legs, whatever you want to call it. And so we did Insanity, and it was great. And then we discovered our amazing Shakeology, and the rest is kind of history. Just kind of signed up to help people out and not really think about like getting paid to do it. I was actually referring people to my coach and not realizing that they could just order straight up from me. But again, that's not where I started or why I started. I just was like, this program is amazing, and if you want great results, then my God, sign up. Let's do it. Let's buy it. Let's work out together. And so, it was amazing. So it just led from one program to the next, and then wanting to get the product at a lesser price. So yeah, sign me up for that, discount, preferred client situation. Of course, I'll take it at a lower price. Who wouldn't? So I did that, and that was great. And then I started helping more people, and I would just say, hey, here's my website. This is where I got it. If you want it, this is what we do. And then they also were like, oh, how do I get that at a better price? And so we would talk about it, and the next thing you know, I'm in this coaching thing, and I love it. Like, I love helping people. The next part of the story, it gets hinky. So I love what I do. I get my workouts in. I'm faithful about it. And most of the time, I'm about 85% dialed into my nutrition. But the problem with only getting 80 to 85 right is that 20% of slacking time for me is really like kind of pissing me off at myself, if you will, because I want to do better. Like, I see results that people who are giving it 90 and 95 and 100%, and then there I am in the comparison game. Well, that just kind of is working on my last nerve, and part of me goes into that old girl mode where what was my comfort thing, the thing that made Monica feel better, was eating. And so I don't want to be that girl anymore. I don't want to be like, well, apparently I'm not getting those results, so I'm just gonna go back to my old friend chips. Chips will make me feel better. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get that teaspoon of peanut butter. And the next thing you know, yeah, I still fit in my clothes. I'm still a size 6 or a 4, depends on the cut. But I don't like how they fit, and I'm not comfortable in my situation, and I want to continue to motivate other people, and I know that I can do better than this. And so the real struggle for me was actually reaching out and asking for help. And I know that that's a really difficult part. I don't want to cry, but here we go. A difficult part for a lot of people to admit they need help, because they just figure they can do it on their own, and if they can't, they'll just go back to what's comfortable. And I realize that I'm being the motivator or the comfort person for others, but I'm not reaching out and getting it for myself. And so I caved. And guess what I did? I reached out and I asked for help. And I have people who have, I don't want to say come to my rescue, but are taking the time out of their day to talk with me and keep me on track. Not that I wasn't motivated, because I am. I'm working out all the time, but you can't outwork a bad diet, y'all. So it's such a crazy time right now. Lots is happening. I'm going to be a grandmother soon, and that's so exciting. But I want to remain healthy because I'm going to have this granddaughter to run around with and play with and spoil. And my grandpuppy, he loves to run and play. I don't want to be the tired ass grandma. I don't. And so it's time to rope it back in, people. And there's nothing wrong with like having a moment because we're not perfect. We're far from it. And I've asked today for people to share a couple words about how they see me or what they think about me. And here's the thing, I'm kind of curious what they're going to say because we all view ourselves harsh and we think about ourselves differently than other people probably see us. And I just, again, I want you to know that you are okay where you are, but if you want to change, if you want something to change, if you need better results, you just have to reach out. Because I'm here to help you. People are helping me and I want to help you. So I've been doing the helping part for the better part of, I'm going to go with about 7-ish, 8 years, trying to motivate and keep people on track. And so I just want you to know that you're always welcome to reach out to me. If you do what I'm doing, amazing. If you choose to take a different route, but you still just need support and motivation, please don't hesitate to ask. Just because I'm doing what I'm doing doesn't make it right for you. Everybody has their own things that they like. But if it's a financial situation, we can talk about that because, again, you can make this a business if you'd like to. You don't have to. You can get your product at a discount and still not really have to like do anything beyond that, but just get your product at a discount and keep doing what you're doing. But this brand new, exciting, on-demand workout situation where I can bring it up on my laptop anywhere, anytime when I got internet. But I can also download 7 of those programs on my cell phone. So when I'm traveling, I always have my workouts with me too. And whether I have internet or not, as long as I have cell service. So, and I think, yeah, downloaded, I don't even have to have cell service because they're saved basically to my phone. Worst case scenario, I throw my DVDs in, take my laptop and use those as well. But I find that I have no excuse when it comes to the workout. That's really not a problem unless I'm up at 4 a.m. to head to the airport and don't get to my destination until midnight. I'm probably not going to beat myself up about not working out that day. It's the nutrition that I need to dial in. So there's always a way to make fixes and make modifications. And sometimes it's just a matter of asking for help, y'all. So I'm here. I want to help you. And I hope that you enjoy the video blog, but I'm also going to write a blog as well. And thanks so much for tuning in. Make it a great weekend.